Excuse me. I'm just doing this as a test. I don't know if this is going to work with me. Go away. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, I'm just doing this as a test. I have no idea if anyone's watching. Um, hello. Hello. I'm just testing. Hang on. I don't know if anyone's watching. Right, so this is more a test. I don't know how I can see this. I'm on Facebook as well. Sorry, Instagram. Can somebody go and see if I'm not Instagram? The other one. What's the YouTube? Can you see if I'm live on there? Because this is the first time I've done this. Me live scheduled for. I have no idea. It seems that I'm on live. Right, okay. Honestly, this is just a test thing. There's no much to say. And by the way, see if anyone else wants to come on. Right, so I'm just what? Right. If anyone wants to come on, please feel free, and I'll bring you on just to talk. You know what? But aye. Oh, right, okay, right, Paul. Paul, right, good. Hi, right, Paul Thompson. I'm getting you here. Can somebody go onto my YouTube and just post a comment to see if it comes up? It's just a test, please. I've not got much to add here at the moment. Okay, the Formula One on there is hammering down outside. Well, it's not hammering down, but when you're the third floor up, it always seems worse than it is. Anyway, aye, Rangers Friday. I know I would love to do a live tonight with someone if anyone wanted to do it. So like I say, I'm just figuring this all out. But aye, this is style. You oh wow. Animal colour, go for Rangers there. Excuse me. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing here, so help me out. Okay, right. We're on YouTube. Alright. Alright, right. Oh, my phone's up. Comments, right. See, this is going all wonky in a minute. There we go. Right, like I say, you are helping me with the testing. It does seem as if I am on YouTube as well. I'm just sitting in the house. Aye, need to get offshore soon, man. But aye, so aye. Listen, Nikki, I'm messing about with it. If somebody, Nikki, do us a favour. Can you go to my YouTube and have a look and see if it's there? StreamYard open as guest. How many people? Like I say, for those of you watching, this is more me just testing it out to see how this works and all that. Like I say, I wouldn't mind getting somebody. I've got people lined up. By the way, there's one, two. There's two fans, and there's players, and there's a famous person as well lined up. But that I'm talking months away, not anytime soon. The famous people. I will see. We'll see. I don't want to say too much because it might not happen. It's as simple as that. And then I look like an absolute. There's Paul. Paul wants us to get rid of the Americans and bring back what's his chops, Graham Parton on the place. I'm only joking. I'm there. Right, that's good, Nicky. Thank you. Do us a favour, Nicky. Just leave a comment. Just say hello or something like that, just to see if it pops up here. Aye. Hello, Nicola. Let's see. I'm kind of. See if anyone wants to come on. Hang on a minute. See if this works. Copy. Right. Post a comment. Paste. Right. I might regret this. I might get some Celtic fan come on and give me absolute pelters. Nicola, I've got you there from YouTube. Right. This is me testing it out. Like I say, I'm shouting and I don't need to shout. The reason I shout, by the way, right, see for years when we were out in the drinking all that with my mates, Frankie, shut up, keep the noise down. For years, like I get a medical, I get medicals every 2 years, and ever since I joined the Royal Navy, 17, you know the test you get when you get the ears, beep beep beep, and the soundproof thing. I've always almost failed that, right? So I'm shouting and I'm loud and I've got a gob on me anyway. But see what see what it turned out. It was the same morning I get told my mum was terminally ill, which is weird because I'd went for a medical. I'd went for a medical that morning with my Siemens medical, and the girl goes, "Oh, do you know that your ear canals are 25% slimmer than normal?" I was like, "Oh, really? So it's taken what 48 years for me to find this out, or well, 30 years for this to find this out?" But I didn't say that to her because that would be sarcasm. I go, "That explains a lot." So I was quite quick on my group chat. Right, see you lot that used to give me pelters in the 90s when we were in the clubs and that after parties in people's kitchen at 7 in the morning. That's why. But anyway, because I'm aware of shout, I'm aware of it. But so where he's already, and it's a learning curve. Get you here. He said, Wilson. There he is. See, Brian Wilson. It was his flat that I was always shut up, you, shut up, you, shut up, you. You's all watching in the you'll see that's the person I've got up to no good with over the years. But I was absolutely buzzing when I get. Well, I wasn't buzzing a few hours later because I get told my mom was going to die in 3 weeks. But I remember I went. I said, "Your ear canals are 25% slim." I was like, "You're a dancer." That explains everything. But aye, but, aye. I keep forgetting to cut your grass, Brian. I've just remembered now, but it's raining. You see what it's like down the beach and see my flat though. See the view because we've got the windsurfers out and the kite surfers and all that. That's the beaches. It's a cracking view when the beach is sunny and there's no wind. But this is when it's at its best. Just to sit and stare at the sea. What that's got to do with Rangers, I've got absolutely no idea. But see if anyone wants to come on for a chat. That link's there, I think, innit? Where is it? StreamYard. You know what I mean? Hello, mate. This is good. This is good. Like a forest. I know. Right. I'll come up tonight and do it tomorrow. Do it tomorrow, Brian. Right. Do it tomorrow, hopefully, because I know you, unless you'll be golfing, won't you, mind you? But I can do it while you're golfing, I suppose. But aye, then can get them decks bought. But I thought, brilliant, man. But it's always with a shite. I've got a shite life. All right, fair dues. Aye, getting paid to fly all over the world, I suppose, is crap. But no, but Paul, this is our test. How'd I ban you? Brought you, so there we go, man. But aye, the thing is, Aaron, see when it comes to the players, it's like I just go with I've got absolutely no contacts or anything like that. Um, I I mean it's an easy cop out. Just trust what the guys are doing. Because I watched that Moneyball again last night or bits of it. I was going to post a video to it, a link to the bit where it's Brad Pitt and it's the guy. What's the guy's name? Jonah Hill's character, and it's a real thing. And he explains why they buy players and they say we're going to. It's baseball, but the principle's the same. They say we want this player, and people say, "Aye, but he's not that good." But they say they've got certain aspects of their game that will strengthen our team. It's as simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? The left back from Liverpool. Who's that? See, Connor, see Sunday, man. It's one of them. Just see if we get beat, man. It's like, if we get beat, what people need to remember is Alan McLeish lost all his pre-season games and won a treble. You know that's Derek Parlay, that was brilliant, man. Do you know what the thing was? See, before we went live, it was actually Instagram we chatted on, and it was just like chatting like this. And the chap, as I was chatting to him, I was standing up actually. Sky Sports News on, and it came up news flash. Rangers signed player. I said, Derek, Rangers signed a player, and he was exactly. And he was, oh, who is it? So I turned the screen round, and we both watched it come through. Joe Rothwell, he says, he's a good player. Do you know what was brilliant about Derek Parlin? See, when he started talking to me about Davy Moyes, because you've got to remember, he played those times. The one thing I forgot to ask Derek Parlano was which team David Moyes supports, because I'm pretty sure it's Rangers, even though he played for Celtic, because I'm led to believe he is. His brother's a season ticket holder at Ibrox, around the main stand, around the sort of director box. They're the kind of the best seats in the stadium. I think anyway. The view's brilliant. Like Brian, you've seen comment there. His dad's got a season around it, but I think he's row C or something like that. Brilliant seat. But when it comes to with Derek Parlane, yeah. So when it came up, Joe Rothwell was brilliant. He was as excited as any of us, because that was the thing about Derek Parlane. One of my questions was going to be, what are you, a player first or a fan first? And he mentioned it before he even got it. He says, look, I'm just a fan that was good. Thing is, Derek Parlane nowadays, that's a 40-50 million pound player, because he could do it. Because when you watch his YouTubes, see the headers, he could heat it, and it wasn't easy ones either. And he could toe poke them. Not toe poke, that was always a bad way to describe a goal. A 6-yard goal, or he could bang in the 25-yarders. But he lived the dream. And the interesting thing always, when he said, because he could play, he basically could play it right down the middle. It was defender, midfielder, centre forward. But he never ever even thought about playing number 9, the old-fashioned number 9. He never thought about playing that. That one day, uh, what's his name? The manager, Jock Watt, said, "You're playing up front." He's like, "What?" He'd never played up before in his life. And then, well, the rest is history. And the fact that Billy McNeil signed him for Manchester, that's huge, because him, obviously, you well know who Billy McNeil was. I'm going to assume he's Celtic's greatest ever Celt. Let's take away all the rivalries. He was a great player. He lifted that cup, European Cup, and then I think Billy McNeil went Clyde, Celtic, Man City. His first signing for Manchester City was Derek Parlane, the Rangers striker. And they were a kick lump at each other's back then. We all know what it was like then. And that was brilliant. There was a few other stuff I wanted to go on, but the thing is, it was supposed to be next week or this week. But then he said to me on Monday, "When do you want to do it?" And I said, "Well, it's up to you, really." But later in the week, then he said, "Look, can we do it this afternoon?" I was like, okay. But the thing is, he wanted to, and this isn't a criticism, he wanted to use Teams. And see, to record on Teams, you've got to be a business and all that, and you've got to give tax details and all sorts to Microsoft. So I said to him, "Dad, this is a bit of a pain." So he said, "Look, call me." So I phoned him on Instagram, and we chatted for ages. And honestly, I wasn't the first time I spoke to him on Instagram. I wasn't in awe or intimidated or nervous. It was just like, it was like talking to new. But then, and I said, "Look, Derek, I just send you a link to this. This is called StreamYard, and I believe it's what all the podcasters use." He said, "All right," so we pressed it, and then away we went. But I got nervous, because I did have because Mickey, the guy that's helping in the background, he said always write out trigger words. That's it for stuff. But I wish I'd asked him about Scotland. Despite what Rangers fans think about Scotland now, back then there was the Scotland support was a vast majority was Rangers fans. I certainly, Brian that's kicking about watching this, and his lads in his workshop, they're all Scotland Rangers fans and Scotland fans, and I wish I was more into Scotland. But it's just every so often I start to get back into Scotland and they do something. Some of it was self-inflicted by Rangers, let's be honest, and we maybe tried. There's Jose Mourinho at the Formula One, but we kind of, was maybe some of it's our own fault, but but it's like when you get Rangers fans getting booed. That's the thing, innit? You don't want to hear that. Rangers players being booed, sorry, but but he was dead easy to talk to. And I remember up in the corner here, looking at 14 minutes 35 in now. Um Absolutely. Like, Angus, you've got it right. Like it was every day's a school year. Like I say, there's a few fans lined up. If I get one in particular ex-player, it'll change the page dramatically, but we'll see what happens here. I'm not too hopeful in that, because for whatever reason. I don't want to say too much because if it doesn't happen, if it does happen, I'll need to go to the doctor to get sleeping pills before that to calm down before it happens. But um, aye, it's a learning experience. This Angus, even this, I just thought, let's try this because it's good and it's on. Like I say, like you guys say, it's sorry, the Liverpool defender. Let's say that this is my cop out. It's the easy way to get out. I'm just trusting the process. That there's one or two fans are not happy with who we've brought in already. I still believe, as Rangers fans, we still need to accept. See, when it comes to the players, managers, and the agents and that, they'll still be like, just wait a minute and let's see what happens here first, as in ownership. They will see. Look, we wouldn't see that Joe, what's his name, Rothwell. We would not have got him if it was the old board. That's the way. That's the way I'm looking. I know, but the thing is, singing the blues on YouTube. I know what you mean about Scotland. I get it. The thing is, it's for my kids. Like my grandson, he's actually. I think it's tomorrow. It's today or tomorrow. He's 1 year old. Um, he's one today or tomorrow. See, although he's in Thailand and that, I want him. I'm Scottish, right? I'm very fiercely British before anyone jumps on me. I'm fiercely British, but I'm also Scottish first. We're Scottish first. I want him to, if he enjoys football, I want him to support the same as his grandfather. I would never force it on him. Like his dad doesn't really like football, but Bia, my daughter, she Bia, he's pronounced it. She is a Man United fan, so if he goes down the Man United, I've got no issue with that. But it was certainly his first football strip. I made sure was the Rangers strip. Yeah, but if he wants to, if he gets into football, he'll be Thailand. Our local team's called Rayong FC. You might see me. I post about them every now and again in the what's it called, the stories. Um, because they're my local team, they're the Thai Premier League, and it's not a bad standard. Like there's a lot of journeymen play for them. There's Brazilians and Spaniards play a lot in the Thai Premiership, but they're not. I wouldn't know who they are. Like what I mean, but the thing is, I remember there's a guy plays for Rayong, see a Brazilian guy, and he put a thing on Instagram with him and his wife. She's Brazilian as well. And they keep you uppies. They do like that with the just amazing stuff between each other for ages. Like, get him to Rangers, man. But well, maybe not, but you know what I mean. He is a good player, but what was I saying? But my grandson, like, if he grows up liking football, I would. He'll certainly have Rangers strips, and I would certainly say, look, I'm Scottish. You see what I'm coming from, and he'll certainly get Scotland strips because all my kids have got Scotland strips. Because I think it's the right thing to do. It's wrong. I don't know. I think it's a bit wrong to grow up telling your kids, I don't hate's a terrible word, but I don't support Scotland because of that. I'll let them make their own decisions. Say, look, you're Scottish, there's a Scotland strip. And if Scotland are on the telly and I'm watching it at 4 in the morning and they get up to watch it, I'll be supporting Scotland. I do it anyway. I don't want Scotland to lose. But when they lose, though, I've got the satisfaction it annoys a lot of the Tartan army because 90% of the Tartan army are, as you know. Gary, the thing is, Gary, happy to shift. We need Deadwood. The problem is, we've got contracts. They're no different from me and you. We can't just punt a guy because we don't like him. We've got to get and if we do let them go, that means I'm pretty sure, especially if you're a kind of lower level player, you're wanting that full contract paid up. You know, what I do like, as I've said in the videos, is the fact that what am I trying to say? We're not letting Dessers, etc., go yet until we're happy. Whereas in the past, we'd have let them go because we needed the money, like, because from what I understand, well, I know for a fact there was at least one, almost two times we were a week or two away from absolute disaster again. I never posted the page because I thought I can't be. It was stressful, like, I'm sure one or two know what I mean. But it was 6, 7, 8 years ago. I can't remember. I get a beep on my phone saying I'm going to send you something, and they did. But it's because the thing is, I know people are on about the Champions League. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh yeah, Panathinaikos. I see when I try and spell them on the page. Use a lot of no, my spelling's shocking at times. I forget to proofread, which is terrible. A lot of the times now I use Chat GPT. What you do is you type into GPT proofread this, please. So I try and do that more often. Anyway, what was I going to say? You've put me off now. Aye, people are on about Panathinaikos, the Champions League. Their league doesn't start until August the 25th. They're in the same place as us, remember? They're in the same place as us, remember? They're pre-season, there'll be players on holiday, etc., etc., etc. That's why I'm more than happy that the first games that I was try and get a 2 or 3 goal lead. Because if we go there and we're 2-0 down, that's a hard result to come back to early in the season. Now, I know, because I think people are forgetting that. People forgetting that they're early in the season as well. You know what I mean? They're early in the season. So their fans are probably in similar conversations as I'm not going to pretend I know anything about Panathinaikos, and I just know they play in a horrible coloured strip and not a badge. They're in the same boat as us. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, yeah. So they're not being great shakes. They're not being peak fitness and stuff like that. So we've got to remember that the teams we're playing are in the same place, and then we go down to after on Monday we go down to what's it? I was going to call it Lillis, so it's not called that. St George's Park. So we're playing where England train, the national team train for a week. That's brilliant. I would put a minimum. We'll have 2 closed door friendlies against an Arsenal select, a Fulham select, a QPR select, or something like that. I would imagine there will be at least 2 closed door games behind there. The thing is, see Singing the Blues on YouTube. Somebody else said to me they're actually in a bad way. They're now Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos are a team that have got pedigree. That's the thing. That's the one thing we always know. We may not watch them, but we know, right, listen, that's Panathinaikos. We know they've got European pedigree. That'll be the same as Rangers to a lot of club teams we will be selected to in Europe. Excuse me. They'll know us Rangers. They've been to finals. They've beat Dortmund. They've done this. They've done that in Europe. We've got a good pedigree. Chris you're right about the Champions League money, but see for this season, I'm more interested in just getting a chassis of players in there, a set up at Ibrox of players, and then we build. We've got I know the January transfer window's a bit pants, but we can certainly start this season. We can start to sign pre-contracts as well for next season that are maybe a bit more expensive than we have had in the last few years. Like the Rangers Journal have just posted a player. He's a £10 million player. I can't remember where it was from, but I like the sound of it. He's a winger. He can go past players. And for me, I always think the winger's the most dangerous. Right, okay, the goal scorer, the number 9's the most dangerous, you can argue. But I think, see a winger, man, it's just a brilliant thing to have a good winger. Because I always go back to Cooper. The thing about David Cooper was he was very inconsistent, which a lot of people forget. He was one good game, 4 missing at times, but he would still have a pass or two in a game. Mark Walters. And I always feel Ryan Kent gets a bit of a bum deal because I know towards the end he wasn't producing, but people forget he had three people on him. They had 3 people around him every time he got the ball. So people are saying he's beaten players twice. He had to because he beat that player, then had to go past another player. That the player he'd just beaten was back on side to make a tackle on him. That's something that people forget at times, but it doesn't mean I want him back before anyone kicks me in the head. David Brooks from Bournemouth. There we go, Mr. Blues. That's it. Is that David? Is that a legit thing? Because if you're regular on the page, you'll know I don't like posting rumours unless I'm pretty certain. But sitting chatting here's a different kettle of fish. It's all right to sit in. But I've got this. If you see me messing about with that, it's a stress ball thing. Not that I'm stressed, but aye. But Raymond Ballantyne. I get some players are not impressed by the signs. Each one has a good start. Question mark. Here's a point overlooked though will be very good point there, Raymond. Uh, it's Paul. I can never say Paul's second. Paul's been on the page since the day I started this page 14 years ago. He's always on point, but I've been having not an argument with him, but in the private group we've got for the subscribers, um, he's saying he's disappointed in his signings, and and that's fair enough. But my question is, the signings we've got so far, apart from Young Zebedee, they start if the league starts and start tomorrow, everyone starts. But aye, CV so far. Yeah, and the thing is, the players that come, especially Joe Rothwell and stuff like that, they've been shown. Look, they'll be showing the players that are coming in and what they expect this year. The best thing and ever we could do is win the League Cup. Welsh with Brooks. Welsh is injury prone, so we're signing more injury prone players. That's fantastic to know. Um, but what was I saying? I forgot. Oh crap, man! Somebody confused me there, which is easy to do. No, if the league started tomorrow, the players will sign. Every single one of them starts. You know, and then oh yeah, we go down to St George's Park. We've got a week there, then we come back up. We've got Coventry. Is it Coventry the Friday, Millwall, Middlesbrough the Saturday. We've got two games, and then it's into the European games. So but like I say, I think there'll be like a minimum of two closed doors games down at St George's Park. You know, because you think about it, it's London. There's within a 50-mile radius. God, how many teams is there? You know, um, we'll see. But, wait a minute. There's a Celtic fan, go away. News and delete the comments. There we go. Brooks is injury prone. That's oh God, Brooks. The Brooks had cancer a few years ago. That's a bit different from injury prone. Jeez, I'm pretty sure that's a tough one to answer that one. Oh, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him. It's the nervous laugh thing. Right, okay. Well, obviously, I'm assuming he's got the all clear now. He wouldn't be playing. Aye, Paul, definitely. Aye, just like well, I was going to say something about it. I stitched myself up. I'll say I'm going to be in Oswald's or something like that one day. And if somebody wants to come in for a beer, we'll go for that. I'll get Brian. It's on the page. The kick about as well. He's wee boy, my nephew Rory. His kid, by the way. See when see when you hear about a football player and what happened when he was young. Great players always played the year older than they should have. You know what I mean? Brian's he's posted. I don't. You'll be able to find this. Brian Wilson, his nephew Rory, cheeky little so and so. He's a great goalkeeper, by the way, and he's playing years older. He's going. Oh, let's touch wood. Let's hope he goes places. The financial fair play. I know. See, there was. I wish I could find it. There was an accountant type guy, a very intelligent one, did an interview with somebody, one of the other what's it called? What are these called? Podcast things. And he explained to us it's not as restricting as we think, you know. But the thing is, do we really want to be saying breaking rules with financial fair play after what's happened in the past? We'll just have all certain things thrown at us again. You know, it's aye. That Brooks is a cracking player, right? Brilliant. Aye. But I will see what happens. Like it's aye, aye, aye. It's we're in a good place, like you know. Um, but anyway, right, I'm going to finish this right because I was on here just for a test and it seems to have gone all right. All right, cheers.